Good morning, everybody. Well, today is February the 1st of 2013. Where has the time gone? And this is American Heart Month. A lot of you may not know that. And up until a couple of years ago, I never really knew that. I never thought about it until it happened to me. Heart disease is a lot of people don't really understand it, and you're not going to understand it unless you have experienced it. I promise you that. The same thing, you can't understand labor and childbirth unless you've experienced that also. But I will tell you, it's not a lot of fun. It has changed my life altogether. It has changed everything that I do. I'm not the same as I was, and I never will be again. I have congestive heart failure, CHF, people call it, and until I got it, I'd heard people say CHF, but I never paid attention to it, and I never really knew what it was, and honestly, didn't really care. But as far as anything else goes, I had my first heart attack in December of 2008. I had a second heart attack in January of 2010, and I had a mild heart attack in October of 2012, just a couple of months ago. And it's really it's taken its toll, so to speak, because I can't. I've changed the way that I eat. Sometimes I still cheat a little bit, but I don't eat a lot of the things that I used to eat. I haven't even had so much as a wine cooler in the past 3 years. I haven't smoked since 2004. And, just when you think you're doing everything right, and then something happens, I've not been the same. In my particular case, I have shortness of breath all the time. Not just sometimes, all the time. So therefore, I can't get out and exercise like a lot of people do. They say exercise is good for you when you have heart disease. That may be the case, but that's not with me because I can't breathe well enough to get a lot of exercise. Even though at my job I'm on my feet all day, some days are worse than others. Some days I have good days. Some days I have bad days. And some days I can't function. There are days when I feel exhausted to the point where I can't hardly stand up by the end of my day. And when I do come home and I sit down and I eat, I might just eat a little bit of something because I haven't eaten all day, aside from my breakfast. And I won't be able to hold it down because I'm too exhausted. It's like my digestive system don't want to work because I'm too exhausted to hold anything down. And I know that don't make a lot of sense to a lot of you. I can't suck in a deep breath. That's what I'm trying to do now. I can't get one. I manage to get in maybe 3 deep breaths a day. That'll be sucked in good. They've checked my lungs and everything. Everything with me, they say, is perfect. My cholesterol is perfect. My arteries are clear. They're perfect. All my blood counts and everything, all my labs are great, but yet I still have CHF. So I can't do half the stuff I used to. I can't lift anything heavy, not because I'm not supposed to, but because I literally can't. I cannot. There are times when the simplest little thing like carrying out a bag of garbage, some days I might be able to have 2 of them, one in each hand. Go out there, put it in the can, and come back in and be fine. Other days, I might have a little food line of a bag of garbage, and it would just kill me to take it out there because I'll just have to come in and rest. It varies from day to day. It's worse in the summertime because the heat makes it worse. I'm not supposed to be in temperatures above 82 degrees. That's fine when I'm in my house. That's not going to happen outside. So therefore, I try to stay indoors. At my job, however, a lot of times the air will go out. We've got a lot of issues with air where I work. And then It'll just be extremely hot. So don't know what I'm going to do about that this summer if that occurs, because it just seems like every year it gets worse and it gets worse and it gets worse. So if you know anybody that has heart disease, you know, just try to be a little bit more understanding about what they go through, because it's really not fun. I know my brother had a triple bypass, and he said that was in 2005, and he said he's not been the same. He said he feels like he's worse off now than he ever has been. And I had a friend, Kelly Hopkins, who also had I'm not sure whether he had a triple bypass or a double bypass, but one of the two. And now he has a pacemaker and I think a defibrillator. But yes, just be aware that February is Heart Month. Also, don't think that you are immune to this. Don't think that just because you don't drink and you don't smoke and that you eat healthy all the time, don't think you're immune, because you're not. You know, you don't have to be fat to be a diabetic. You don't have to smoke to get cancer. You don't have to eat a ton of salt to get heart disease. Heart disease and heart attacks can happen to anybody, anywhere, at any time. And I'm proof of that, because it happened to me all 3 times just that way. Every time I had a heart attack, I didn't have any warning. I had no warning. It hit me. And so, but I've been very lucky, because I'm here to tell about it. Some people are not lucky. Some people are no longer here to tell about it. And I don't know if when I have another one, is that going to be it for me? I might not live to tell about that one. So, you know, your heart is a muscle and it can only take so much. So, and right now, my heart is getting stronger, the doctor says, but getting stronger means it's not as strong as it's supposed to be. So, you know, and I'm in my mid-50s, so my heart's probably about as strong as it's going to get, and it's going to remain that way. Whew, there was a deep breath. See, I had to have that deep breath and I wasn't even doing anything. So, anyway. But just be aware that if you feel funny, if you get short of breath, if weakness, you get so weak, it's a different kind of weakness. If you start to feel any of those symptoms, please call your doctor or go to the hospital or do something, because it can happen to you, and it can and does happen out of the blue. And until next time, bye-bye.